Hello everyone, I am the Golden Turk, and in today's video I'll be showing off my 2026 Angry Birds plush collection. Not only that, but also my Plants vs. Zombies plush collection. So without further ado, let's get started. So first up, we obviously have Red. Just a normal red bird. Here's a more oval shaped red. Then we have this little weird hybrid custom plush thing. This was actually my first red plush that I got, but I turned it into this thing. I turned it into Red Pool. I bought him for around $5. Then we have a little 4-inch red bird. Another nicer looking 4-inch red bird. Here's a super red Skywalker or Luke Skywalker bird, whatever you want to call it, I don't know. We have girl bird and a 4-inch girl bird and a logo net red. Next up are the chucks. So I have this classic staring chuck, but with a 4th gen tush tag. They shouldn't really have this, but because, you know, they were replaced with the updated pattern with the crossed eyes in the 4th gen and 3rd gen, I think. Then we have this crappy good stuff chuck right here. He has no stuffing in his beak. A 4-inch chuck. A very nice laser bird. A disgusting laser bird. And last, a Chuck Ham Solo or Han Solo bird. Next is the blues. We have this staring blue with a very understuffed beak. Another 5-inch blue. A really long blue. A 4-inch blue with a kind of shoebill beak. Another 4-inch blue with a understuffed beak. Another 4-inch blue. A matte fur updated blue. You could find these at a Family Dollar. Well, not currently, but you know, you could find them at a Family Dollar. And last, and definitely least, TCC Global Movie Blue. Next up are the bombs. So we have this a 5-inch bomb right here, a crappy good stuff bomb, an 8-inch bomb, and fire bomb. I really like how orange his beak is. Matilda is up next, so we have this 5-inch Matilda, a more worn out Matilda, a 4-inch Matilda, and we have Toy Factory Matilda. Best Angry Bird. Next we have Terrence, the Incredible Terrence, and Terbaka, or Chewbacca bird. This plush is very small compared to its counterparts. I'm gonna put Stella over here, and her sallow friend, Willow. She really has nowhere else to go. Here is a very nice looking Bubbles. Here is a very terrible looking Bubbles. I just want to put it out of its misery already. And here is 12-inch inflated Bubbles. Last for the classic birds is Mighty Mojo, Mighty Eagle. This one is made by Commonwealth. You can tell because the code here says J22, October of 2022. He'll go right here, maybe? Yeah, close enough. That's good enough spot. Next up, I have the Rio birds. So here's an 8-inch blue. I'm gonna put him back here as well with all these. There you go. Here's a 8-inch jewel to pair with the 8-inch blue. A crappy good stuff 5-inch jewel. While it's not technically from Angry Birds, it's pretty Angry Birds inspired, you could say, kind of, not really. Here's TCC Global Rio 2 Jewel. It has this thing on the back right here that you can open, and that allows it to turn into an egg. Let's see if I can do it now. Okay, kind of works. Yeah, this is the egg. It's not really that sealed in. Yeah, I plan on getting the other Rio 2 birds and Luis, I guess, by TCC Global. I think they'd be nice to have. She'll go right on top of these two. here is Pedro. There's gotta be a better spot for him. Right here is fine. If it could stand, that would be really nice. There's Pedro. And last, and definitely not least, here's Nigel. I plan on getting the 8-inch good stuff version of him. He goes right here behind Pedro. I'll also definitely get a Nico to pair with him. Next up are some miscellaneous birds and bird customs that don't really fit anywhere. So, here is my very worn ice bird. Definitely should get another one that's in nicer condition. Here is Yoda, my Jamaican bird, and Stinky Steve. Technically not a Angry Birds plush, but here is my custom Tony, my custom hockey bird without a hockey hat. Space Egg, which is kind of a crappy custom because I accidentally gave him a reptilian spine because I could not tell which side to sew on. Wow. Same with this one right here. Also has a reptilian spine. Here is my custom Angle Bird, very real character. And my custom Brown Bird, very real character from Angry Birds 2. I should definitely make a plate bird to pair with them, and maybe a wizard pig. I don't know how I'll accomplish that, but and here is all the eggs, the fucking eggs. They're right here, all of them, all these ginormous eggs. 4 eggs and a golden egg. They go here. That finishes the bird section of the video, but you can't have Angry Birds without some bad piggies. So first up we have is this 5-inch king pig. I really don't like how he looks, but you know, it's cool to have. It's kind of necessary to have. I didn't get him till like sometime last year. I forgot already. It was definitely around the same time I got Jamaican bird. Here is a 4-inch king pig, which I think looks adorable. Here is a Lynxen keychain king pig without a crown. It did not come with a crown. It was torn. It fell off or something. I don't know. Don't ask me. Here is TCC Global King Pig. You can put your finger in his nostrils. And last, here is my Just Toys King Pig. I have no clue where to put him. He's you can you can move out of the way, and you can that really doesn't work. Okay, that works, kind of, not really. I'll put Pedro back here, and Nigel can be right here if it would allow. It does allow. Okay, and then I gotta adjust bubbles, and he's falling down. Okay, there. Yeah, that looks fine. Next up is Corporal. So we have this little tiny Corporal pig, which is almost the exact same height as this 4-inch pig, but this is considered 5-inch, and this one is from Toys R Us. You could tell by the tag, if it would allow, with that weird date code, and because he's smaller than a regular 5-inch Corporal, somehow there is a Good Stuff Corporal and another Good Stuff Corporal. Here is a Kmart Corporal. You can tell it's from Kmart due to the tag, this extra little tag right here, and him being slightly larger than a regular 5-inch Corporal. He goes up. Right there. And last, here's a Lynxen keychain Corporal pig. Next are the Foreman pigs, or Mustache pig, or Grandpa pig, whatever you want to call it. Here's a disgusting 5-inch Foreman who has no tush tag. I bought it like this. I bought it for like $30. That is a terrible price, especially in the condition, and no tush. Here is a Kmart Corporal. Foreman Pig. You can tell he's larger than a 5-inch and has an extra barcode. And here's a Linkson Foreman. I hope to get the regular Linkson pigs, like Linkson King Pig, Linkson Corporal, and getting the keychain Foreman Pig, and Minion, and a regular Linkson Minion. I forgot to put Lord Vader or Darth Vader Pig, whatever you want to call it, here. Okay, yeah. And that's them. Okay, no it's not. I forgot this other 5-inch King Pig that I had that has no crown that I use as a mechanic pig, although I lost its hat, so it's currently unemployed, I guess. Okay, so now that's them. That's in there. These are 3 little special piggies that I have. Here is Bo Pig. She can go right there. Here is the Postman Pig. I like him. Kind of. I like Chef Pig more. He is awesome. Although I had to spend a pretty penny to get him. About $200. Same with Postman Pig. But, you know, I think it was kind of worth it. He'll go right here. Here are my Minion pigs. So first up, we have this standard 5-inch Minion. Another 5-inch Minion. Oh, for some reason his ear embroidery is a different color than this one over here. You can kind of tell. Here's a more shiny looking pig. Another one of these freaks. And here is a Minion pig, but without ear embroidery at all. If my phone would focus, that would be nice. Yeah, see? No ear embroidery. No ear embroidery. Jesus Christ. No ear embroidery. Here is a 4-inch Minion pig, and here is my hybrid custom thing. Here is Ross custom. Look at him. Okay, now you can look at him. Here is a 8-inch Minion pig. I don't know if I should. I guess I could put him right there. And here is a problem. Here is 12-inch Minion pig. I have no clue where to put this guy. I don't want him covering there, but I can't put him anywhere else. So I guess I kind of have to put it. Well, kind of works. And lastly, here is a Hearts Minion pig. And another Hearts Minion pig, but this is a catnip toy. You know, this gets cats high. Here are the marmosets. So here's one 5-inch marmoset. Here's another 5-inch marmoset. And here's 3 5-inch marmosets. And lastly, here's an 8-inch marmoset. And these are just customs. You know, here's a Professor Pig. He used to have cardboard glasses, but they broke. So yeah, they're there. And here's Ghost Pig. There's my Ghost Pig. Wish I sewed the this little strip right here a little bit higher, but you know, it's okay. It's whatever. And last, and definitely not least, here is Grinch Pig. These are all of my Angry Birds plushies that I have so far. Maybe, hopefully I get more. Yeah. And now, let's move on to Plants vs. Zombies. Which I have significantly less, but, you know, it's fine. It's still growing. So first up, we have a Linkson pea shooter. I'm pretty sure this is the 3rd release. I don't exactly remember. I'm not that great with these plushies. But yeah, here he has his tag. It's very nice. Put it right there. Next up, we have this. Well, it's not Jazzwares, but it's kind of a bootleg of Jazzwares. Yeah, here's little hang tag. That's pretty shitty. It's yeah. And the pedal, you know, it just goes right there. Here is Walnut. unfortunate that the tag is, I don't know what happened to that tag, but it's unfortunate. And here is PPT Walnut, Playful Plush Toys, or Links 2 Walnut. Yeah, it's definitely worse than Linkson. I don't even know what the fuck this is, like stretch marks or something. I hate the way they sewed this, but you know, it was like $2, so I mean, I can't really complain. It's a $2 toy. Speaking of PPT, I forgot my PPT Sunflower, which is yeah, it's got a big grin. Next up we have is Linkson Cherry Bomb. They are very cool. And here's another Linkson Cherry Bomb, but in worse condition. It has no tush, and it's and I don't know what happened to this guy right here. And here is Linkson Keychain Cherry Bomb. Very cute. I like this a lot. Very nice. It would be nice if I could put. I forgot again that here's the head of PPT Pea Shooter. He doesn't deserve life. Okay, next up we have Modern Bootleg Potato Mine. Really like him. I actually kind of prefer him over the Linkson one. Here's PPT Potato Mine. It's very wide. It's very chunky. Next up we have a very big plush. Here is Tinktai Crafts Chomper. He's very big, leans over, does not stand. He's got a very thick stem and it's very solid. I don't know where to put him, but yeah, his spots are ironed on, and yeah, he's pretty cool, I guess. I'll put him somewhere. I guess I'll put him right here next to some. God damn. Yeah, he just takes up the entire thing. Looks like he's eating a pea shooter. And yeah, you know, speaking of that pea shooter head, here's the PPT Chomper head. You know, doesn't deserve life. Just disgusting. And here is Linkson Snow Pea. They have a very thick stem. It's like very solid. I don't know what they put in this, but it's very solid. Linkson Tush. Cool. Put them right there. Here is Linkson. Oh, jeez, how am I brain farting here? Sunshroom. Here's Sunshroom. Here is PPT cowboy hat, sheriff hat, Puffshroom. I don't know what. Yeah, is it cowboy hat? I don't know. It's based off a costume from PZ2. I don't know really. Goes right there either way. Here is Linkson Fume Shroom. Very nice. Looks way better than PPT's Fume Shroom. That thing is actually disgusting. It should not be allowed to ever be sold ever again. Why? It's so dark green. Here is Gold Magnet Shroom, like the most useless plant in the game. Next up we have is Henley World Lily Pad. Really like them to go along with Lily Pad. Here's Cattail, PPT Squash. Here is Linkson Jalapeno, PPT Jalapeno. Here's Twin Sunflower, PPT Starfruit, and they look very interesting to say the least. Next up we have is Colonel Polt. This is the one with texture. I like him very much. It's probably I think this is my favorite Linkson plush. This here is Non-Polt. I don't know what he is. I don't know. Might be PPT, might be Linkson. I genuinely don't know. Could be some other bootleg. I have no clue. He's just very crusty. That's all I know. Here is Helly World Keychain Coffee Bean. They are very nice. Love them a lot. And lastly, here is Linkson Marigold Yellow Face, which I like a lot. More game accurate. And they have the build of a Chud, and their tag is all bunched up. Yeah. Here was a PPT Gatling P that I was trying to turn into a repeater, but you know, it's not very good. I might have to buy another one to, you know, actually get a good looking, you know, custom out of it, kind of hybrid. Here's also the hat it came with. Now we move on to the zombies. So here is a Linkson zombie brown coat. He has a hang tag, Very nice with the box art of PVZ1. Love it. Here is another Linkson basic zombie, brown coat, whatever, with a slightly darker coat than his brother. Another Linkson zombie. I have no clue what happened to his hand. And here is a PPT brown coat basic zombie. Next we have his Linkson Conehead. His neck is very floppy, and his cone is 2 different colors. Here is PPT Conehead, very nasty. Here's the cone that he came with. Yeah, this. Here is newspaper. Don't know what brand he is. He has a very round face, so let's put him right there. And last for the collection is this grass skirt duckweed grass zombie, from the fake PVZ2 images video. Yeah. So that is my Angry Birds plush collection of 2026, plus my Plants vs. Zombies plush collection of 2026. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like or comment or something. Subscribe, please. I don't know. Hopefully I upload more. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. But yeah, this is my collection. Here's the money shot. This will be the thumbnail or something. I have no clue. This took up my entire bed, and now I'm gonna have to put it all back. Well, okay, so it wasn't even that bad to put it back. Before I show the rest. Here's my Ronald Reagan puzzle. You like it? I like it. Here's my PS3 games. There's a couple. There's a Mario Kart. There's a Donkey Kong Hot Wheel. There's Skylanders there. I have more. They're in a bag, in a chest, but I don't want to grab that right now. There's a bootleg Among Us. There's the girl from Brave, Disney Infinity figure. There's Goku. There's fucking a Durburger. Babe, the pig. There's Kirby. Here's a little Fuggler. I don't know what this is. And over here is my sewing stuff, some eggs, and also my Obama picture. Alright, so this is how I normally display my stuff. There it is. All there. These are where I keep the pigs and customs. Yeah. There's the miscellaneous. There's the rest of the stuff that was not displayed. That's not displayed. The other stuff is all. There's other stuff in there that's not displayed, like the PPT stuff and a zombie, Linkson zombie, and then there's where the 4 inches are stored. So yeah, that's everything. Okay, that's it. Bye.